I'd like to welcome you today to Mount Kearsarge Indian Museum. We have a really great event going on today. We have two things. We have our opening of our Warmth and Protection exhibit that's guest curated by Vera Longtoe Sheehan. And I'm going to introduce her right now. She's Elnu Abenaki, and she's going to tell you a little bit about our show.
Hi everyone, I want to say thank you to you all for taking your long journeys to get here. I've heard some of you have driven an hour or two, some a little bit longer than that. And I've also already talked to a lot of you, so I'm not so sure how much time I should really spend up here. I'm just going to take a few minutes and give an overview of warmth and protection. This exhibit started out, I think it was meant to be a clothing timeline on clothing worn throughout the Northeast. But it evolved since the idea came about. And I think what you'll see as you walk through the room is a lot of clothing based on original pieces from archaeology, from first-hand accounts, from 18th century watercolors, from pen and ink drawings, and art that many of us have learned either through family tradition and or we've learned from a friend or another talented artist. So we have so many different types of textiles here. I'm really not sure where to start. I've included so many talented artists. I wish I had more space in the room to get a lot more people in here. I want to introduce some artists. So I'm going to look around. When I see your name, could you just raise your hand? We have Julia Martin in the back of the room in the black dress, and her dress and her shawl are on the wall over here. And it's a painted leather dress and painted shawl. Let's see who else. Willow Green and Liz Charlebois. And they did the Doctor Who inspired fancy dance shawl over here, which is pretty amazing. We're going to have to turn on the fan so you can see the ribbons move. Jerry Byron's in here somewhere, over here in the back, and he did the painting over here. And I'm probably going to ask artists after I'm done to go stand by your artwork, and maybe you can speak about your own art so people hear about it the way you'd like to tell it. We also have a real contemporary rendition of an indigenous outfit over here in the corner. Blue jeans, chucks, and a powwow t-shirt. And that's the kid that hangs out in the corner because they don't want to socialize. If the only thing missing is a Game Boy or a cell phone, perhaps. In the far back, on the wall, there are some paintings by Charlene Poitras Jones. Raise your hand. Francine, I'm sorry. A little nervous. In any case, her paintings are all based on historic watercolors and pen and ink, and her research in that. Vera Longtoe has some photographs up on the walls that she can talk about on her own.
Chris is hiding in the corner.
Chris, where are you? Hey, how are you? I've never met you. Nice to meet you. Chris Bullock has done this really amazing painted coat over here that's done in the style of the Naskapi, Cree, Montagnais people. And the most amazing thing about this outfit is it has all the different component pieces. So it's a painted leather jacket, leggings, moccasins, I think there are leg ties in here and associated bags. And we tried to set this one up sort of a little diagonally so people can walk and get a good view of the back of it as well. Let's see, who else is here? I think, are there any other artists I missed in here? Okay, so we have a good amount of the artists already here in the room, so I'd really like if you guys could speak for your own pieces. If you could take a few minutes, kind of hang out by your piece and let people come and talk to you about it, and then, you know, we can then regroup and, you know, look at each other's pieces. Oh, I'm the other artist. Sorry, I forgot myself. So I have the textile dress over here that's based on some of the archaeological finds up at Missisquoi in northern Vermont. And this is really my own rendition of what clothing could have possibly looked like. It's actually a work in progress that's being made for another exhibit. And that's going to be coming around next year. And over in this section, Jim Taylor is not here, but he's an amazing quill worker. He has a great piece of quill work up in here. There's twine pieces by Julia Martin and her daughter Leah. Up in here, there's a piece with a combination of shell medallions that's done by Fred Wiseman. And I'd really just like you to take a look at everything and just see the amazing adaptability of our clothing. You know, we've gone through such an evolution in clothes, starting with textiles in our archaeology, wearing buckskins, when Europeans came here, starting to use trade cloth. And I think this exhibit really explores what is tradition and what's contemporary. And I really consider everything in this room to be traditional, because at what point does something become tradition? If we've been using glass beads from Europeans or European trade cloth for 400 years, is it traditional? So I think that's really important. And even when we're wearing our blue jeans and, you know, like today I'm in a dress and contemporary shoes, but I'm wearing my quahog jewelry. So I still have that representation, tying myself back to older times. So I'd just like you to think of us as adaptable people, and our clothing is still here. We still have representations of our traditional clothing. And if you have any questions, please, please, please talk to the artist.